Is it okay to question God? Have you ever felt a twinge of guilt for a question about God that just popped into your head? A voice that whispers, is God really good? Does he even hear me? For so many of us, that question is immediately followed by shame. We're taught that good believers don't ask hard questions. That doubt is a spiritual failure. But what if that nagging question isn't a sign of failing faith, but an invitation from God to go deeper? What if I told you that questioning God wasn't a sin, but a secret path to a stronger, more resilient faith? The Bible doesn't just tolerate our questions, it showcases them. Section 1. Faith is trust, not certainty. The fear of asking comes from a misunderstanding of faith. We think faith is the absence of doubt, but faith isn't certainty, it's trust. Certainty wants a perfect, laminated map before taking the first step. Faith is hiring a trustworthy guide for a journey into the wilderness, believing in their character even when you don't understand the path. The Bible is filled with people who trusted their guide enough to ask hard questions. Take King David, a man called a man after God's own heart. His prayers were raw and messy. He cries out in Psalm 13, "How long, Lord? Will you forget me forever? How long will you hide your face from me?" He didn't hide his doubt. He turned it into a prayer. Section 2, the honest doubter. Or look at the apostle we call Doubting Thomas. He wasn't a cynic. He was a heartbroken loyalist who needed to see for himself that the hope he'd lost was really back. He just wanted the same proof the other disciples got. And how did Jesus respond? Not with a scolding, but with a compassionate invitation. Put your finger here. See my hands? Stop doubting and believe. Jesus met Thomas in his doubt, and it led Thomas to make one of the most powerful confessions in the entire Bible, "My Lord and my God." His journey through doubt led him to a higher peak of worship. Section 3. When the strongest faith gets foggy, even the most committed can face doubt. John the Baptist, the man who announced Jesus to the world, started a question from a dark prison cell. His reality didn't match his expectations. So he sent his followers to ask Jesus, "Are you the one who is to come, or should we look for another?" Jesus didn't condemn him. He gently pointed to the evidence of his work. The blind received sight, the lame walked. The good news is proclaimed to the poor. If John the Baptist could doubt, it's okay if we do, too. Your questions don't disqualify you. Section 4. How to ask. So, it's okay to question, but how we question matters. First, come the posture of a curious child who trusts their father, not a prosecuting attorney who has already decided God is guilty. Second, bring your questions to God, not away from him. Don't hide your anger or confusion. Pour out in prayer. Finally, learn to embrace mystery. A faith with no room for mystery isn't faith in an infinite God. It's faith in our own brain power. Conclusion and CTA. Questioning God isn't a lack of faith. It's an invitation to a more real relationship. Your doubts are not a wall between you and God. They are a doorway. I want to invite you to do something courageous. What is one question you've been afraid to ask? Drop it in the comments below. Let's create a space where honest questions are honored. And if this conversation helped, please subscribe. We're all about exploring these deep and honest questions together, and we don't want you to miss what's next.